if you're an honest person and you really believe
Can
you got
we
that
handle
mandate.
business right now? The scenario for business is no political turmoil, no one going to the streets, and just keep things steady and business will flow. Tuloy-tuloy yan. Introduce questioning and all of this trend that we're doing. It's going to mess up the economy as far as they're concerned. And they're correct.
Well, it would mess up their bottom line, but it's not going to improve the lives of the poor.
How far should we go?
Because from 1998 to 2008, the income of 10 million families is equivalent to the income of just 20 corporations. So net, the gap between rich and poor in the 10 years of Gloria has widened to a fantastic extent that big business will continue to be richer and richer and richer, but there will be no effect. Forget the trickle-down effect. Big business is ruthless. They're not going to give their profits to the poor. So it won't even trickle down because VAT, as I believe Noynoy wants to increase VAT to 14
15%
or 15%.
per IMF recommendation.
Yes.
He's saying otherwise. You know, when you said that, it reminded me. Attorney Alan Paguies was one of our hosts. He's a brilliant lawyer. I'm sad that he cannot practice his profession, but he did come out with a text just the other day, which I found intriguing. And in line of that thought, I'd like to just very quickly read it to you. According to Alan Paguia, the government is being run by big businessmen, not by the Filipino people. Ergo, it is more for the first and less for the second. It is a government of the people, but not by or for them. The minority rules, let's see, I got lost. The minority rules, the elitist minority. Who benefits from the system? Who suffers? The popular majority. You agree with that statement?
Of
obviously.
course.
Well, what should we do? Kasi pag nilaban naman natin to, tinuloy natin, your vigilance towards fraudulent electronic automation. Ito,
for starters,
pag ginulo natin yung sistema, magkagulo ang bayan, is it, I mean, is that a plus? Is that good for the country? Or we have to bite the bullet and come what may?
No, for starters, let's not buy the PCOS. Let's return it to Smartmatic. It's not worth keeping it, okay? Because there are already defects. The system date...
Let me finish.
April 28 is May 30, come on. Let's not fool ourselves. No, it's a fact. Let's not fool ourselves.
No, and La Rasabal.
And a computer, Harry, a computer, when you set the time, it's aligned with the GMT. So why not make a system that only on election day, as what Senator was saying, start from 7 a.m. on May 10 election, and then not April 28, only on that time, and other than that, will not accept results. A system can be configured that way.
Correct.
And if that is a system that's highly secured, anything that does not fall in that category is a substandard. Throw it away. All right. The Mega Pacific machines that was acquired by Comelec in 2003 is capable of doing that. Is capable of doing that, and that is why there is a greater conspiracy here than ever before. There is greater complicity between the rich and those in power and those who had wanted to take more in terms of those who have less. Plain and simple. And what do we benefit in the next 3 years? We have another election being run by who? By these people who can control, and then 2016, we might as well elect a robot.
No, but I think the PCOS and this Smartmatic, I don't think they will pass the test of time any longer. Popular belief.
Yeah, but they're being
congratulated.
No, by now,
for now, but even their own Miss Venezuela to come here to entice our government to buy it.
Hindi ko na shota ni Cesar Torres. Iwanan mo na yun.
They might as well, run a telenovela. Might as well, and then maybe have the PCOS dance.
Well, speaking of Cesar Flores, we hear he was on a date with Pia Saturday night in Serendra.
Oh, is it? That's a scoop, isn't it?
No, friends of mine saw them, so we wonder.
Guwapo naman siya, beautiful naman siya, single naman, why not?
Of course.
And he's a nice guy, di ba?
He's a marketing guy who answered IT questions.
Yeah, I found that peculiar.
No, I couldn't believe that the Senate and the House, the Joint Committee, were allowing.
But don't forget the people asking also didn't have the capability and know about IT.
But I kept on begging them. I said, after each time Smartmatic and Comelec answers, I wrote a note to my colleagues, please ask an IT whether
Correct.
they agree or not, then it would have been fair to the people. But they seemed to accept it, and they didn't really care what was being answered. And that was just my, you know, we risked our lives getting those Antipolo Picos, and my heartache was when the joint committee just railroaded everything into not only counting, they promised me they would only count the overseas. And then when they started counting, I was really shocked.
No, but
honestly.
what do we do now? I mean, do we accept turmoil? Do we accept chaos?
No, we're not talking about turmoil.
But that's what's going to happen.
No, we're talking here of clarification. We're talking here of verifications. We're just having a panel. It's just like a real good congressional inquiry, not being railroaded by one bias.
No, once you start asking the integrity of a sitting president, trust me, there's going to be chaos. He's just about to be inaugurated. You're about to give him the power of 2 trillion pesos to spend every year. Come on, forget the Senate. I mean, this is absolute control. This is what you've been fighting for. That's why you're fighting GMA. Now, we've got a situation. Do we allow chaos and all the controversies to come out with the truth? Is the truth good for us at this point? Or should we just train our guns towards Smartmatic and get rid of the COMELEC? Or go through the whole system to generate the real integrity it requires? Is it good for the country?
Starting off what we just said now, training our guns on COMELEC and Smartmatic would be a start. We need not undermine the repercussions after that. Because once you go step by step on a due process, due diligence investigation.
Pero ang due process nga hindi rin pwede kasi kasama din dito ang judiciary.
Eventually, let that come as it creates the kind of clarification that needs to be done. Now, beyond that, then let the normal course, where there's going to be a legal action, a trial case can be submitted, or impeachment can be submitted, then let that take its natural course. But first things first, let us assess first how honest and how transparent was this automated election system was.
How come the other candidates are not receptive and sitting beside you? I know Nikki Perlas is. I think J.C. Reyes is also with there. Why isn't Villar not a contender, and why is not Erap sitting beside you as well as Dick Gordon, if not even Gilbert? Why don't they stand up? Because if you had critical mass, meaning all of them, together with Rojas, because he's been a victim as well, and all the other contenders, all the 47 vice presidents, all the presidentiables, and all the 60 senators that did run for office. Why not? Why is it they're being shy and not being participative?
To be very candid about it, that's a multi-billion peso question. Read between the lines.
Senator, why do you think?
Well,
nabayaran lahat, hindi naman ata.
No, the others are, the main ones, I suppose, have their reasons, because in Philippine politics, they always go with the tide. I have always swum against it when principle is concerned. JC and Nick are also people of principle. But politically, they probably just want to go with the popular issue, which would be to sweep the truth under the rug.
But isn't it against what they're supposed to be doing, to stand for integrity, truth?
But did they ever stand for that?
I know, but so that means all these other people that ran for the people's
mandate. They are
mandate,
politicians.
they're just politicians.
They're politicians.
Kung mahal nila ang bayan, they will stand up in front together with you and carry the flag and say, hey, this is a hoax.
No, it's not mutually exclusive. Perhaps they love themselves more. They may love the country, but they love themselves more. I mean, at the end of the day, self-love is a major motivation. Right. I was stupid enough to run as senator in 2004 without participating in all the bounty that it could give you. That's what Adasa said. Who's the stupid idiot who will run and spend a lot of money and not take it back? I wanted to say, hey,
I was one of them.
Right, I was one of them.
No, but you're perceived by many because you're a Madrigal. You don't need it.
Yes, but
the perception, that's why you don't count when you say that. Kasi gano'n si Jamby, mayaman yan eh. Yan ang problema eh.
But all those people are also rich. I don't think there's a single senator who's poor, even if they put in this SAL.
True. I agree with you.
I'm one of the few people who put what I spent in the election, SAL. At the end of the day, I'm not part of the farce, but those people, I'm not saying those people don't love their country, but they love politics more. They love other things, the trade